So when they're checking the system, they'll see the person who signed as the boss of is someone who's going to have access to the United States. Going to make it easy for the person, for the application, get a visa. I do visa applications and things, so I know how to make arrangements for them to be qualified to get a visa. Haitian nationals Kevin Desir, John Lee Paul, Edna St. Fleur, and an unnamed co-conspirator along with Bahamian Pauline Pratt, alias Paulina Charmaine Pratt, and Pauline Johnson are facing charges of conspiracy and visa fraud. It was St. Fleur who introduced the U.S. informant referred to as confidential Human Sources CHS 1, 2, and 3 to Saintil. It remains unclear whether there was any coordination with Bahamian law enforcement, as the initial meetings between Saintil and the lead informant CHS-1 took place in Nassau on January 9th and 10th, but all subsequent meetings were conducted in the U.S. Saintil told CHS-1 that he used money to create a path for his customers in immigration, Mr. Gonard's affidavit read. Saintil explained that the immigration staff would ignore legitimate applications and would only work on the permit on the part where they are making money. Saintil quoted the lead informant, CHS-1, $11,000 to obtain work permits for the other two informants, CHS-2 and CHS-3. In addition to his own profits, Saintil broke down the payments for each permit as $1,500 for the fake employer, $2,500 for an immigration official, $1,500 for related costs like application fee, labor certificate, advertisement, police and medical certificates, and miscellaneous payments to other officials. The lead informant paid Saintil $5,500 during a February 10th meeting at the airport in Fort Lauderdale, also providing a copy of CHS-3's passport and passport photos. The informant promised to pay Saintil an additional $500 if he brought the work permit back to the U.S. and that he would pay for CHS-2 permit after he got the first permit. Saintil told the informant $3,000 would be used to bribe a senior immigration official. The pair met again at the airport in Fort Lauderdale in May, and Saintil told the informant that St. Fleur was no longer trying to get a U.S. visa, but instead was in the process of buying a Bahamian passport from him for $3,000. Saintil then suggested the informant consider purchasing a marriage to a U.S. citizen, stating there were advantages to obtaining U.S. citizenship through fraudulent marriage compared to obtaining a U.S. visa. Saintil explained CHS-3 would be in the Bahamas legally due to his work permit, and a U.S. citizen could come to the country to marry him. He said a marriage for one person would cost $13,000. This is what they're doing to us. I want y'all to be listening to this. In the Bahamas, Saintil said he don't have to go to Haiti to get married, because he in the Bahamas legally with the work permit and thing. So anyone come in and marry him, all the process and be done at the embassy. Saintil insisted he had executed such an arrangement for plenty of people and had a perfect rate of success. Saintil obtained a 2-year work permit for CHS as a handyman for his company Saintil's painting and cleaning services on August 1st. The Tribune has withheld the name of the official who signed the permit. Saintil alleged he paid the immigration official $3,000 for the permit that same day. On August 18th, Saintil met with CHS-1 in Miami and provided him with the Bahamas work visa card for CHS-3. During that meeting, Saintil told the informant it would cost more money to obtain a work permit for CHS-2 because of the problems and cost increases dealing with CHS-3's documents. The informant paid a $1,100 deposit for CHS-2's work permit. However, at the meeting, Saintil suggested the informant consider smuggling CHS-2 to the U.S. by private boat.